Hey, what's going on, guys? Evan here, and today I'm gonna go over the Giants' season. We're at mid-season. We're 6-2. It's a miracle, and I just want to go over it. I'm gonna break it down position by position, tell you who's helping us get here, who's doing a good job, and who's not. But yeah, first let me just say it's been a beautiful season so far. We've waited years for this, and we deserve it. We do, and I love that they're all one-score games because we're always losing one-score games. So, all right, first, let's go into who hasn't helped us get here and who's just kind of been injured and stuff. First one that comes to mind is definitely Sterling Shepard, man. This was definitely the moment where we would need him the most. We're missing him big time. He was obviously our number one receiver. He's been for a while now, and it just sucks not having him. Praying that he's healthy again one day, but yeah. No Sterling Shepard. Kenny Galladay. He played like the first couple games, but nothing. Even when he played, nothing. But that doesn't matter. Kadarius Toney. R.I.P. man. Good luck on the Chiefs. I bet you're gonna have a great time. I saw you in a TikTok today. Sucks. Zizo Ojulari. I don't even know if he's played this year. It's really unfortunate. He had a great rookie year last year. Our second round picks are awesome. And it's unfortunate. But who else? Nick Gates. He actually finally came back, which is cool, and I'm really excited about him. Bredesen on the line also got injured, so he might be out for a little bit. Evan Neal also got injured. I think he's definitely out this week. He's going to be out for a little bit longer. Who else? Aaron Robinson. Definitely would like to have another corner, so that's unfortunate. Dane Belton was out for a little bit, but he's back now. Leonard Williams missed a few weeks. He's an absolute Iron Man, so that was surprising, but he's back now. We're good. That's all the injuries I can think of for now, or just players not on the team. So let's start breaking them down by position. First things first, let's go on the O-line. Andrew Thomas, he's been the best tackle in football. He's been the best offensive lineman in football. They called him a bust. We lost the Chase Young Bowl, but I'm now seeing it called the Andrew Thomas Bowl, according to Talking Giants at least. And he's so good. He's so good. He's the foundation of our line. He's our franchise left tackle. That's the man. It's the best thing. Thank you, PFF, for calling him the best tackle in the league, which he is, and that's amazing. We love him. Left guard, Bredesen was not playing great. Honestly, he was getting a little bit better throughout the season, but he also just got hurt, so that's unfortunate. And the new third-round rookie that's in there, I mean, he's going to be a little bit of a disaster in pass coverage just because, man, he's not experienced. He's not ready yet. And that's why they wanted to put Bredesen in front of him. But, I mean, he had a decent game. At least they've been pulling him like crazy because he's athletic. So I've liked what I've seen from him so far. At center, who do we have? Feliciano. I don't know much about centers. I think he's doing fine. But I do know at right guard, Glowinski has not been good. We signed him to, I don't think a big contract or anything. But, I mean, we signed him to help out this line, and I think he's actually been one of the worst parts of the line. And that's really unfortunate. Both the guards have just been a mess this season. But right tackle, Evan Neal. He started off really bad, man. Like, it was really rough. But, I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world because Andrew Thomas started off having a really rough time, and that was scary. But we can see that they come back from that. He's already improving this season. Before his injury, he was looking better. He was looking like he's going to be a formidable part of the line for a while to come. Hopefully. He's got to keep getting better and stay on the field, but it's looking good. All right, let's go to running back. Sequon Barkley is the MVP of this team. He's the comeback player of the year. I think he's the best running back in football. I don't care if it's biased. He's been amazing. He is carrying this offense. He is the offense. He's the man, bro. Like, it's amazing to see him have a comeback season like this. Like, wow, dude. Like, he's the reason the run game's back. Also, you got to credit the offensive line for being better, at least, than it was in years past. But, wow, dude, he is having an amazing season. You just love to see it, man. Contract year, surprise, whatever, man. I'm loving to see him ball out after we picked him second overall for all this talent, and he's showing it, finally, once again. And this isn't just like, oh, man, he's back to rookie form. He's better than rookie form. He's smarter. I don't know if he's more athletic, but he's smarter. He gets more yards. I mean, you could look at the advanced statistics. He's actually gaining more expected yards. It's amazing. Then Burrito's been actually decent in the pass game. He doesn't really spell Sequon that much just because Sequon's the best, you know. Brightwell, he's been the returner, so we haven't seen too much from him this season. I think he actually scored a touchdown. But yeah, now we have everyone's favorite position, wide receivers. Wide receivers. So like I said earlier, we lost Tony, we lost Shepard, we lost Galladay. But you know what? I don't want to talk about them. I want to talk about who is here. Wan'Dale Robinson, he's actually, I should have mentioned him in the out thing because he has missed most of the year. He's been hurt. But now that he's back, he looked pretty good in the Ravens game, and in another game, he looked actually pretty decent. So I'm excited for him. I think he's going to be a good slot option for us moving forward. I think he's going to actually do great things for us. I'm very excited to see him keep playing. And Marcus Johnson. He's not good. David Sills, he's been all right. He's run blocking okay. And, he could be more of a disaster. He could be like Marcus Johnson at wide receiver, but he's not, so that's cool. And this is the one I want to save for last because this has been our best wide receiver all year. Darius Slayton, he's back, baby. I'm, so excited about this because they wrote him off. He was a coach's decision, did not play in the first couple games because, I don't know, maybe he didn't have a good training camp, but wow. It's amazing to see him actually, thriving as our number one wide receiver. And his numbers probably don't look so amazing, but for a Giants pass offense, he is putting up Jerry Rice numbers. I've been saying this since the Packers game. I'm so happy to see him back and playing this number one wide receiver role and playing it so well. Tight end. First, I'm going to talk about Bellinger. Wow, he was amazing, man. What was he, a 4th or 5th rounder as a rookie coming in, and he's literally the opposite of Evan Ingram. He blocks well. He has good chemistry with Daniel Jones immediately, which doesn't make sense. He catches the ball. I haven't seen a flat drop. What are you doing, Daniel Bellinger, from him? And he's probably out for the rest of the year with that fractured eye socket, and that really is unfortunate for our offense because he was in the passing game. There were a few weeks where he was actually our number one option. In Chicago, he was our against Chicago, he was our number one receiving threat. That was our guy. But moving forward, we're going to see a lot of Myrick. He's a great blocker. We know that about him. He caught a touchdown, but it's not looking great. But Tanner Hudson's going to be the pass catcher a lot of the times, I'm assuming. And, he's okay. I don't think he's as good or athletic as Bellinger, but, it's definitely a big drop-off. I was going to say it's not that much, but it kind of is, because at least from how he looked in the first few games. But I think he'll still be able to hold that down decently. I don't think we need to draft anyone there, obviously, because Bellinger, but yeah, that's looking good. And finally, last position on offense, quarterback. The biggest controversy for everyone this year, or at least from what I've seen, this is everyone's biggest thing. This is the newest revelation. Daniel Jones is good, man. I don't care that he's throwing 12 passes a game. I've said that a million times. If he's not turning it over, he can throw it one time a game, man. I don't care. He's not turning it over. He's being an efficient quarterback, which is crazy. He's staying on the field. He did get hurt in that one game, but he bounced back, man. And he didn't get injured right after that, man. He's here, and I think he's here to stay, and I think he's going to keep doing great things for us. I don't want to talk about extension right now. That's not what this video is about. I just want to say that this year, I think this has probably been his best year thus far. And obviously, he's in a little bit better of a situation, probably the worst wide receiver situation he's been in his career, but the offense is tailored to his strengths, and we're making things happen. And I think he's going to start releasing some deep balls later into this season. I think that's going to start happening. Teams are coming down on the run. Darius Slayton's going to start getting bombs. And I think one of the best parts of his game, besides his wheels, is his deep ball accuracy. I think he can actually hit those passes. And I'm really excited to see that for the rest of this year. So that was the offense. We've been I guess you could say average offense with a top 3 run game and a bottom 3 pass game. It comes out to an average offense. We drop 20 points a game. I think that's sustainable. I think they could even move up to 25 is kind of a stretch. But I think they could stay at this level. And I think we could even go up to a bottom 10 passing offense because I have faith in us. Now the defense. Oh my God. The defense is where we are thriving. First, I want to talk about safety. Julian Love, he might be getting a contract extension soon. He's been balling out for years. I mean, at least I think I've wondered if he could do that starting role because he's never been the starting strong safety. He's just coming in at times, maybe a nickel DB, wherever someone's hurt, throwing Julian Love. But now he's actually getting that role and he's playing well, man. He's playing well. He's playing coverage like we thought he could. I think he's better than Jabril in coverage, and he's just playing like a smart safety. And I think he deserves an extension. And even if it is around $5 million a year, I think he deserves that. He's been great for us thus far this year. Dane Belton, I think he's having a good rookie season, man. He's missing a few games here and there, and I mean he's not the best in coverage. We've seen him get cooked a few times, but I'm excited for him moving forward. He's athletic, and we're gonna find out if he's smart. But Xavier Mckinney, one of the stars of this defense, one of the players carrying us. And last year they used, more like 2 years ago, they used Jabril as this guy they'd put all over the field. Wherever they need him, that's where he's going. He's not just a box safety. He's not just a deep safety. He was doing whatever they need for him. And now Xavier McKinney has that diversity in his game. Before, he was just a lockdown deep safety. He's going to track things down. But now, oh my God, in the Panthers game, he played linebacker the entire game. He was on Christian McCaffrey, and Christian McCaffrey had one of his worst games of the season, right? And he's been a star. That's what I'm saying, the second-round talent that we have, man. It's really impressive. These Alabama safeties are always good, always good. He has some of the best instincts in the league. That's an amazing, amazing safety, and I'm so excited that we have him. Corner. First, Fabian Moreau has been a lot better than I thought. I thought this was cornerback 2 would be some serious gap like it was in 2020 where we need to address it and something has to be figured out. But no, he's holding it down, man. He's quick. He's quick, and he's been really physical for some skinny outside corner. For some practice squad corner, he's exceeding expectations. That's what matters. Aaron Robinson, we haven't really seen enough of him. Darnay Holmes, he's not looking. He showed a lot of potential in his rookie year, but something about this year, he's getting beat. He doesn't look as shifty as he used to be. He hasn't been as physical as some of these other corners. I expected a little bit more from him this year. They expected him to be our nickel corner moving on into the future, and I don't know. He might lose that spot in a few years, but for now it's not amazing. But Adoree Jackson has been a clamp god. They picked him up in free agency, I want to say last year, and he was just supposed to be CB2 next to Bradbury, and he's still young. He's still 26, 27. He's got blazing speed. He's not letting anyone get by him. For the most part, I think he's just covering their fastest player on offense. I know he's also moving around a lot because that defense is complicated. But I'm just really impressed with how he's doing this year. I think he's literally been a shutdown number 1 corner. I'm calling him one of the top 5 cover corners in the league, and he's been physical. I'm not trying to say that he's some Deion Sanders. This man is making tackles. I think he's one of the best corners in the NFL right now, and I don't know. Linebacker. Let's do linebackers. Jalen Smith has exceeded my expectations. Dane actually knew this. He said, bro, Jalen Smith is nice. He was excited when they signed him, and I was like, does this matter? It's Jalen Smith. But he's been better than Tay Crowder by a lot. According to PFF, by a lot. And he's just making tackles. Actually, you could tell that he's been a lot better than Tay Crowder because they started putting Jalen Smith on the strong side and Tay Crowder on the weak side. It means something. Jalen Smith might be smarter. He might have more vision. He's definitely a better tackler. But Tay Crowder, on the other hand, man, I love the guy. He was the last pick in the draft. And he's showing that he has the athleticism and he has the potential to be a good cover corner. And he hit stick Derrick Henry week 1. But he's kind of looking like a disaster at middle linebacker and not the future at middle linebacker like I thought he could be. Let's go with the edges. Kayvon Thibodeau. Yeah, in the first few games, I assumed he wasn't going to look great because his whole thing was overpowering people in college, and this is the NFL. Dudes are stronger here. And he was struggling a little bit. He wasn't getting that much pass rush percent win rate. I saw that stat. And ever since the Ravens game, man, that was his coming out party. It's not just, oh, he became popular again. His name was on Instagram. Like, no, he's been playing a lot better, and he's been a solid pass rusher since then. And it's only his rookie year. So I really am excited for him moving forward. And at the other edge, I wish we can talk about Azeez Ojulari, but he's not doing much. But Jihad Ward, never heard of this guy in my entire life. I don't think he was drafted. I think he was a free agent. I have no idea. This guy's been amazing. Who is he? He's such a great run stopper. He's been getting block shots like it's nothing. He's just fitting perfectly into this Wink Martindale defense. That's exactly what we need, man. And Eldorun Smith, I cannot pronounce his name exactly. I did see him last couple games getting some pass rush snaps, and I mean, nothing much there. I think he's just a young potential guy. And I mean, I gotta be missing a pass rusher here that I'm just not thinking of. But moving on to our final position, the D tackles, man. The D tackles. I saved this position for last because it's the best position on this team. The Giants are a below average rushing defense. The Giants are an above average passing defense. And I think that not only, they're missing Dalvin Tomlinson a little bit. He was a really good big body, and Nick Williams, who we have as our big body guy, he's not really doing it as well. And I mean, that's okay, because we have Leonard Williams. Leonard Williams has been fantastic this season. Once again, he's doing his thing in the interior. He's getting pass rushes. He's not really getting too many sacks yet, but he's helping. He's been great. But Dexter Lawrence, the man we got from the Odell trade, Dave Gettleman's accidental, amazing draft pick. He has a 90 rating on PFF, and they are greedy, man. They don't like to be nice. And, oh my God, dude, he's just a game changer. This is what the Rams feel like when they get to watch Aaron Donald every week. They see a guy in the middle just completely disrupting the game. He's a beast. He is a baller. He is Dexter Lawrence. He is, once Aaron Donald retires, he's the best D tackle in the league, I think. Sorry, Kenny Clark. Sorry, Vita Vea. Meet Dexter Lawrence. And, that's been our season to this point. That's about how everyone is playing. The coaching staff has been amazing. Obviously, you don't get to this point with a bad coaching staff, as we all know. And, I mean, who's our offense? Mike Kafka, I love that he's like, man, just run the ball till it doesn't work. And once it stops working, let's run it a little bit more, I'm loving that. Don't put a lot of pressure on him, And they're putting him in situations where it's less often that he's going to turn it over. But that's not the real story here. Our offensive coordinator isn't the big thing. Wink Martindale. We went from Patrick Graham, who is a good defensive coordinator. Don't get that wrong. Patrick Graham can ball, man. And he was good. He had a cover 3, stay back type scheme. We're going to bend, we're not going to break. Wink Martindale is a whole new game, man. We blitz more than any other team in the league. And you would think that is not a recipe for success, but it's beautiful. I watch these poetic blitzes every week. I'll see an offensive lineman standing there, blocking no one, as a DB just, he's in the backfield, he's sacking your quarterback because Wink Martindale is that good. Brian Daboll, I don't really know what a head coach does, realistically. That's the season to this point. I'm loving it, and I'm really excited, and go Giants, man. We're going to the Super Bowl, and we're going to win it $1 million.